If I've never mentioned how much I deeply love Johnny Zest with all of my heart and soul, and I truly think that he deserves the world, and I really feel like he's been wronged by the land grabs, if I've never mentioned that, it's because it's something that I decided less than 24 hours ago, but now that I've decided it, babe, I'm going to die on this hill. This is where I will lose my life over Johnny Zest. I love him so much, and I truly believe he deserves the world. I love you, Johnny Zest. This girl loves Johnny Zest. Smash. But I've been redoing the entire Sims 4 bit by bit. We fully finished Willow Creek, and you can download it on the finally finished video of Willow Creek. The link's in the description, everything. But now we're moving on to Oasis Springs, and with that, the first one that I wanted to do in terms of redoing the house, not in terms of woohoo, thank you, was Johnny Zest. So without further ado, lol. The first thing that I actually done with Johnny Zest was that big massive lot that he had. I moved him out of that. It was entirely too close to the land grabs. And one thing about Johnny Zest, I really do believe that he has distanced himself from the land grabs as much as he can. I don't believe that he is a trust fund baby anymore. I fully believe that he has cut himself off from his family, or his family have cut him off. I don't know which one. Either way, I know that it's true, and he would not be living out in their back garden. Absolutely not. So I sold his trailer because I also found his trailer much too big, and I moved him to a quieter, smaller part of Oasis Springs, and I do believe that he's happy there. Johnny Zest, I love you so much. I would give my heart to you. I'm a Johnny Zest apologist. Oh, please don't let Johnny Zest be a problematic symbol after I'm saying that. I'm pretty sure he's not. Like, what's Johnny Zest done that's so bad? Tried to exist outside of capitalism and his capitalistic parents. I think we should all be doing that. Thankfully, my parents fought Labour Party, so that's not something I've ever had to toy with. My entire family have been Labour till they die for, I think it's in our blood, babe, in the northeast of England. Anyway, moving on. Johnny Zest. This is about Johnny Zest, not about me. So yeah, I moved him to this small lot, and I made him a trailer, obviously, because I didn't want him living in a house. The thing is with Johnny Zest, I think he's actually quite happy with his life. I have made up so many narratives in my head for Johnny Zest, and I'm going to share them with you all, because during this entire event, that is what I'm calling this build, an event, because it was an event for me. I absolutely loved every single process of it. I truly believe that he enjoys his life. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's had the big flashy life, and he knows that it's not all about that at the end of the day, so he's happy in his trailer, and it's a home. I made it so homely. And one thing that I always introduce with Johnny Zest is a child. One thing about Johnny Zest, I think he would be such a good dad. So in every save file that I've done, he has a child. This time, she's called Mimi, and she is an actual child now. In my last save file, she was a toddler, but this one is a child. And I truly think that one of the reasons why I think the land grabs cut him off, obviously because of his comedy career, but I also think that he had a child at a young age, and then as well as the comedy career, the parents were like, we can't have this on the land grab name, go. And he was like, I'm off anyway, babe, bye. And that is how he ended up on his own, on his lonesome with his child. But I think he enjoys it. I think one thing about Johnny Zest is I don't think that he needs a lot of money to be happy. I think he's very happy in his situation right now, and that's reflected in the trailer that he lives in. So, for example, on the outside, he's made a little garden for his kid. She's got like monkey bars and stuff like that. And there's a barbecue, so he'll sit and make them barbecue. You know what? He loves his kid. Johnny Zest fucking loves his kid. And also, in terms of the exterior, one thing that I've really tried to do is make it look like it belongs in the world, because we can't customize the world. And sometimes I find that houses look really disjointed from like the exterior, especially if you mess with terrain paints or do a lot of landscaping. So I try to use objects that would kind of mesh themselves into the already existing exterior of the world that we can't touch, so it kind of looks like the house is part of the world rather than just being like in the square that it is. Hopefully I managed to do that. I wanted to make it look quite together, harmonious, if you so will. But yeah, the outside of it is quite plain, honestly, but I think that's quite realistic. I don't think he'd have like flowers everywhere and shit like that. I think his focus is just on his kid. And then we got on the inside. I was considering making this a 2-bedroom property, but then I was like, I don't really believe that could be a reality. So it is a 1-bedroom property, but rather than, have Johnny sleep in the living room or wherever, I made him a little setup. So one side of the room is Mimi's, and then the other side of the room is Johnny's, and then it's split with this little divider thing. And this divider was a little bit of a fucker, honestly, because I wanted to make sure that all of the objects worked, because this is one thing that I have to drill through my mind, test the fucking objects. So I did do that in this build and everything does work. But yeah, like his side of the room's quite plain. Like it's just got a normal bed, wardrobe and shit like that. And the end table is homemade. But then Mimi's side of it is she's got toys, she's got a nice bed. It's color coordinated to the best that it can be color coordinated, in terms of like, he hasn't got much money, but he's tried to make it the best place for her. However, it's a happy home, do you know what I mean? It looks happy and cozy, and it looks like there's a lot of love in the house, and I'm getting emotional over it. Johnny Zest, I love you, babe. Smash. But yeah, but that's the bedroom. I mean, the walls are like plain and stuff like that, but she's got a nice bedroom. She's got a cozy little place. I think I might build the bathroom next. Bathroom's pretty plain, honestly, just because I could have just imagined it being plain. Honestly, I shot a plant in the bathroom when I was building it as well, and as I shot a plant in the bathroom, I was like, could this potentially be a stretch for Johnny Zest? Yes, it could be, but something needed to go there, so fuck it. I put a plant and it looks good. She looks good. And then the kitchen dining room area again is kind of plain, but I really wanted to make sure that like his love for his kid translates into it. So even in the dining room table, like she's got a chair that she'd like, and then Johnny's just got like an average chair, but the child is so loved. One thing he loves is expressing how much he loves his child, and I really do believe that. And then we move on to the living room, and the living room again, she's pretty plain. Like they've just got a normal TV, normal settee, but then she's got her part of the living room, like she's got a little kid's chair and a toy next to it and a bookcase, and then she's even got a desk to do her homework. Like Johnny has thought of everything. I'm Johnny. I'm projecting on Johnny. GG me for thinking. And then also Johnny's got his comedian microphone in the corner as well, because obviously he is still trying to make it as a comedian in this cold-hearted world. And one little detail that I really enjoyed that I put up is the little posters about, like, I can imagine Johnny, I don't know, getting like a reading poster and thinking, she'll like that, and like put it on the wall. Oh, he just loves it so much. So yeah, that's the build. Honestly, it's quite small. It's not that massively cluttered or anything, but I really feel like the feeling behind it translated quite well in this build, and I do feel emotional. I do feel like I'm bonded with him. I love him, Your Honor. And then for actually redesigning them as Sims, I don't know, it kind of seemed unrealistic to me the way that Johnny Zest was dressed, because like he's supposed to be living in a trailer cut off from his family, yet he's in blazers and brogues and shit like that. I don't know, it just didn't feel right for me, because that kind of comes across quite land grab, and I could see himself wanting to really distance himself from anything like that. So I did include some hints to it, like his party shirt and stuff like that, kind of reminiscent of the blazer and stuff. But overall, I give him a much more casual thing, because I just don't think that his priority is how like he dresses. You know, I think he's got a little bit of style and stuff, but I just don't think that he's like, you know what I need to really look good today? A blazer. I just think his priorities are elsewhere. Like his priority is making sure he raises his child well, and also his comedy career, less so than his fashion. I don't know. I didn't get that side of him. I did not. But yeah, he looks a lot cooler now. You might not, I don't know. I hope that people like his redesign from me, but if not, you can change it. You know what I mean? You are not bound to play with my recreations. And then we have Mimi, who is my darling child. I love Mimi so much. And one thing that also struck me as quite unrealistic is that the idea of, I mean, I know Mimi's not an actual like canon thingy, but even Johnny, like the idea is that he's cut off, lives in a trailer and stuff like that, but every single outfit is different, and I'm like, that's just not realistic. Do you know what I mean? Like if you don't have the money for everything, you're going to reuse items. So I really tried to play that into the wardrobe. For example, with Mimi, the shorts that she wears for hot weather are also the shorts that she wears for every day, are also the shorts that she wears for athletics. You know what I mean? There's multiple bits that are reused, and I really feel like that helps portray a story, which I don't usually get this deep when I'm creating Sims. Obviously I try and translate a story, but with the Zests, I don't know, something just reached into my little mind, and what ducks do? I imprinted on them. I would die for these Sims. I really would. I just love them. I love the vibe of them. Mimi's cool as fuck. Like, Mimi for me is like just that kind of kid who just doesn't give a fuck. Like, if she comes across as a daredevil, I'd love her. I love her. And I really tried to personalize these Sims as well. Rather than just be like, yeah, I'm putting that on because it looks good. I really tried to actually think about why they would put each item on. So that is my entire renovation of the Zest family. I really do truly hand on heart believe that they deserve the world, and I think that they've got a lot more personality personality than they originally did, just through like how objects and items of clothing can tell a story and stuff. So I hope that you enjoy it. I much prefer the place that they're living in now. Something about like the Sims 4 base game builds are just so big and like unnecessarily big, where I much prefer a smaller, compact, like cozy vibe, where the Sims 4 it's fucking huge. There's absolutely no need for it. But yeah, that is everything that I have for you today. Let me know what you all think as well, and let me know the next thing that I should renovate. Should we go straight for the land grabs, or should we go for the Lothario / Caliente household, or should I make a new one, or should I do lots of little jobs at once? I don't know. Let me know. But that is everything that I have for you today. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, bitch.